Zach and Brandon.
Zach and Brandon.
Zach and Brandon.
And this is Completely Biased.
Completely biased.
Completely biased.
With Zach and Brandon.
And away we go.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, Brandon.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. I'm just looking through your YouTube channel right now.
Oh, well.
Zach Crutcher sports highlights.
Which YouTube channel is it? The good one or the bad one?
There's a good one and a bad one?
Next question. Continue.
Wait, no. What was
it
that?
was a joke. It was a joke.
No, you have another one?
No, I don't.
You don't? Oh, well, shit. I was about to say.
I was trying to throw you a curveball. It was a joke.
You threw me a curveball, all right. I'm just looking at all the history because we used to have a huge rivalry.
It was a war.
It was I mean, I took it personally sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. You know how that's why I deleted it. If some of y'all don't know, I mean, probably none of y'all fucking know.
You had some subscribers.
I had about 600, but it was
Flex.
I had you have 37,000.
I don't flex about it though.
I'm not flexing it at all.
Okay.
I'm happy about it, but I'm not flexing.
Okay, continue.
Compared to the 37,000, I mean, good lord, I'm looking at
37 now.
37,000.3.
Oh shit, it went up. Shout out! I love you guys.
Yeah, I was about to say kilohertz, but that's 1,000.
This biology.
You can tell I've been in a lot of tech recently, but anyway, yeah. I mean, for back in the day, I was Fins Up Films, and
Great channel.
Yeah, I mean, it was a legacy. It was a legacy, and we had a little bit of a rivalry where we upload some highlights.
What was it, like the fall of 2017?
Yeah,
I think that's
spanned
when it was.
into like summer of 2018 is when I retired.
Yeah, it was that
hung it
9-month stretch where we just went at it.
And it got heated, and I legit took it personally. When I hate it, made me not really enjoy watching sports because I was always wanting that next big thing, and if I saw something like Derrick Henry trucks a ref or something, I got to get that.
Even the smallest thing. I feel the same way too. You've seen, and most of you that follow the channel have seen over time, the amount of videos that come out have been less and less and less. It's only been, I think the last real sporting event thing that I did that I uploaded was the Myles Garrett hit on Mason Rudolph.
I uploaded that too. My revival of Fins Up Films.
Which that's like the first real highlight like that blew up the way it did.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to think for us, if we got
20K.
1,000 views, if we got 1,000 at the beginning, we're like, yeah, that's what's up. I remember uploading like Titans preseason highlights, and it would get to 1,000, like them playing the Jets or some shit. A bunch of guys that will never play football, and you're like, oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah. No, and we got to the point where it was the summer of 2018 when I finally realized it wasn't worth it when we were uploading the Donald Trump videos.
Oh yeah,
and he forgot the words to the. I'm gonna find that video real quick.
Yeah.
He forgot the words to the national anthem.
I was in Alabama at the time. You were here in Franklin.
I was at the gym. Yeah, I was because I saw it. And I was like, I got to get that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, he's no way. Okay, it's got 30,000 views. Your video does. So I was like, there's no way Zach is gonna get this. And I get the freaking notification from Zach Crutcher Sports Highlights. Donald Trump forgets the lyrics to the God Bless America. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's also during that stretch where I realized too, like, I am just posting so much random. Like, I remember the one I uploaded that same summer, I believe it was the Steve Harvey
Golden State Warriors. It's the next video.
How many views is that?
9.4K.
I was like, oh, okay, that got something. I'm like, why the hell am I posting this? And even if you go back to the 2017 year, it was like a Kareem Hunt touchdown or something that I'm like, oh, I got to get that on YouTube. Or like Tennessee was playing Georgia Tech. It's like crazy turnover helps Tennessee win. And that got like 2,000 views or something. And I had that mindset where I got to get that on YouTube. Where now it's just like, unless it's something absolutely crazy, like the one YouTube video that I kind of wish I would have gotten is the Rudy Gobert COVID stuff where they shut everything
he was
down.
Doing the
Not that, but
mics.
the game itself. They're about to tip off a game, then they call it. They're in the locker room for 45 minutes.
That was a big moment.
That's like the last one where like, oh, I had to get that. But that's also because that was really the last sporting event we've had.
Yeah. I mean, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, but that doesn't count.
I mean, but that, again, it's not one of those things that jumps out. To just hit a stretch, man, where I wanted to be the sports highlights as they happen. I also want to do some highlight videos still.
Yeah.
But I don't know, kind of hit a wall a little bit.
I mean, I'm way too competitive. I mean, you've seen like.
No, I know.
And I took it like I don't know. It just made me not enjoy sports posting highlights like that.
No, I get it the same way because you can't enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
the only one that was really fun to do was that Miracle Miami one. So
Oh, yeah,
we were
'cause-
watching
yeah.
that live happening. Like, oh, got to get it up there.
Yeah, because that was legit. Like,
There's a difference in uploading that one. Sorry for cutting you off.
You're
There's a
good.
difference in uploading that to uploading like Kareem Hunt 60-yard touchdown week 1 versus the Patriots. There's a
Yeah.
huge difference to me.
and I just whenever I missed the highlight, it just pissed me off. And like they're like, we missed the Minneapolis Miracle.
Oh, yeah.
because we were at a football game.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Not what you would think football game wise. We were playing in a flag football league.
Yeah, I killed that game.
And I remember, didn't we miss the Chicago Bears?
Yeah, we missed
double doink too.
We missed. Actually, we missed 3. First one, we were actually watching the Vikings Saints, and with
we were
our
watching like the
teammates.
first half of it. No, we were even
watched
watching
the field goal.
They kicked
right
the
before.
field goal. The Saints
Yeah.
kicked the field
We
goal to
thought
go
they
up.
won.
Yeah, and then we get onto the field. And we're getting ready to, we're in like warm ups for, they give you like a 10-minute warm up before
No,
the
we
game
were playing.
starts. We were playing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then this little this little kid starts like going crazy. Oh my God, the Vikings won. Holy crap. Unbelievable. And we're just like, what? Are you serious? Yeah, Hail Mary, Stephon Diggs. We're like, oh. And then once it's over, we see the video and we're like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. It was one of the biggest sports moments of the past decade. And
Oh,
we missed it.
absolutely. And we missed it.
And then we had the Cody Parkey double doink. And then
I remember us driving, watching that. I was watching the game on the. No, we were listening to it.
Yeah, we were
because we were
listening to
making
it.
fun of Kevin Harlan because we always make fun of Kevin Harlan. The Chicago Bears wearing the navy helmets with the navy jerseys and the white pants, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles with the green helmets, and so into that detail where it's like, all right, we get it.
Yeah.
You're on the radio.
set the image, man.
Set the image, but we missed that too. What was the other one?
I want to see if you can guess it. It's around playoff time. We were on the field throwing, and you walked up to me and said, apparently, blah, 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 missed a huge blah, blah, blah. And we're like, oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
we missed the PI call.
Yeah,
Wow.
we missed the PI call.
Dang. Well, I forgot about that.
I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. I thought it was just like some kind of like, it's questionable. But no, it was like...
it was the worst call.
worst.
It even implemented a rule that now doesn't exist,
Yeah,
the
it's-
review the PI thing, which is
It didn't even work out.
not really, because,
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be blatant and obvious.
And, now we're here.
Yeah.
That was 2 years
Speaking of
ago.
which, I said how I wanted the Rudy Gobert video. That
Yeah.
was the last thing I wanted. That was the last point of it. As of last night, sports are back.
And it's weird.
It's very weird,
Because
but
we're-
it's not as weird as you think to watch. I know you didn't probably watch any
I
of
watched
the...
baseball. But
You watch... Well, baseball is probably the one that's very weird to watch just because of... It's either empty... No fans in the stands, or they put the little cutouts or just random stuff.
yeah.
But I watched some NHL yesterday. I watched the Preds had their first game, their tune-up game against Dallas, which they look good. Watch out for them Preds.
All right.
Not gonna force anything. You couldn't really notice because they didn't show the stands that much. Same way with the NBA. The NBA game was surprisingly very entertaining. They both were games. I think it was Utah and New Orleans, which everybody made a big deal about Zion, and Zion didn't do anything really, which that's a
Yeah.
different subject for another day. And then LeBron had like a game winner with like 5 seconds left in the other game. So very entertaining game. It's also nice to have Inside the NBA back on TV, which is one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
They've been off.
Well, yeah, there hasn't been any
I know,
basketball to
but
talk
you can
about.
still get the characters going.
I know, but I know they don't talk about basketball a ton.
Yeah.
It's just revolved around basketball. But it was the first, it's nothing like, and NBA fans will relate to this, nothing like watching that 10 o'clock game that's like Sacramento versus Golden State. It somehow turns out to be a great game that Kevin Harlan calls, and it goes down to the wire. As soon as it's over, you go to Atlanta and you hear Shaq and Charles like arguing with each other. It's great. It was nice to have that
I
back.
get that.
It was nice to have that back for once.
I get that. No, it's just good to have sports in general because it's like a good step in the right path of getting back to normal. if that makes sense.
Exactly. And I know it's a weird stretch. Baseball is having problems right now, which is, you and I kind of had a discussion about that earlier this week. That I totally,
We're on the same page.
We were on the same page, but I totally misinterpreted it.
I was like, dude, what are you not getting? I'm on the same page. Like,
I was
I
working,
didn't say that, but
and I was reading the text. And for the thing that happened is most of you saw the Marlins, half of their clubhouse got, or like 14 of them. I don't know how much is on a roster.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but they all got coronavirus, and obviously they stopped playing. I forget really where we got confused with it.
I was just saying they needed to, like, we were on the same page, and I was thinking, what's this guy not getting? Like, I'm basically agreeing with them. I was saying, like, they should have known the risk going into it, and if they didn't want to play, they could have just opted out.
Yeah.
And if they did play, they knew the consequences, and if they got the
I messed up to where for some reason, and again, I was halfway looking through the phone. I thought for some reason like they should still play even though they had COVID, which is crazy to think of. But I don't know how I interpreted that. So
we were on the same
mistake.
page. Sorry, it peaked a little bit, so I was just trying to get
we're
you
good.
back.
And now, but it's getting interesting with the MLB is now there's I think 6 teams that are. I think it's 3, but it's obviously messing up with 6 teams because they're playing nonstop, like no breaks. But I said that like a rapper. Now that I was thinking about it. But I know the Marlins they're in quarantine. Because of that, the Phillies couldn't play. I saw today the Cardinals are in quarantine because they all have coronavirus. And there's another team, I think the Orioles or something. I don't know.
See, that's the problem. Is like, why are you even playing if?
I know. Well, that's the problem is they aren't in a bubble, and I will give the NBA and NHL credit. They got the bubble. They got them in there. They had to be quarantined for so many days. They have testing every day.
Mm-hmm. That's the right way to do it.
Absolutely. MLB, the Marlins thing, which is crazy to me, the dudes got it on Saturday, I believe, is when they found out they had it. Mm-hmm. They had a meeting. Excuse me. And fuck off. They had a meeting knowing they had it, like, oh, well, we'll just play tomorrow, and then we'll tell. They played the game.
Yeah.
And then it spread more, obviously, throughout the locker room, which that's absolutely stupid.
It's just the NBA and the NHL have the right idea. I don't get the traveling is where the baseball's falling apart.
Yeah, and that worries me for football a little bit because you can't keep football players in a bubble. That's too many.
The field will get ripped up to shreds unless you play on turf.
Exactly.
But you can do like the Atlanta, what are they called? Mercedes Dome or Superdome, whichever. The Benz, whichever. The Saints, the fucking.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, have the same stadium basically. They can just do that. Like the SEC can play in the Georgia. I'm going to call it the Georgia Dome because the Benz Stadium or a Superdome, which you know what I mean.
It's a very hard thing. It's still a very hard. I get what you're saying, but it'd be a very hard thing to do.
I know, but basketball's doing it. I mean, it's a court. I get it.
But it's also professional athletes. These are college kids that are still technically supposed to be in class.
Good point.
Whatnot. But let's not worry about that because there was good news this week with the SEC. Semi-good news,
We're having football.
They're still planning to have a football season. They've announced what other conferences have announced and what we've mentioned on this podcast before. It's going to be a 10-game conference schedule. We know 8 of the conference opponents. We kind of maybe know the other 2 for each team.
We have an idea.
Is that they're cross-division rivals. Like, for example, Alabama's this year's Georgia. That's going to be awesome. Might be the opener. We'll see. Yeah. Ole Miss's is...
No, this year Florida.
Yeah. And so they're saying that to determine the next 2 would be whatever your 2021 cross division and 2022, which for Alabama would be Florida and Vanderbilt, which
I was giving you shit later, but it balances out because you got like you said, the
next best team in the East, considering we already play Georgia and Tennessee, and then we've got Vandy, which I told you earlier, out of the Kentuckys, the Missouris, the Carolinas, I'd rather play Vandy just because, close to home. And for Ole Miss, it would be Tennessee and Kentucky, which that's a solid.
Yeah, Vandy's are every year. Kentucky and Tennessee.
Lucky bastards.
We still somehow lose. We can't beat them at Vandy.
Derek Mason,
Commodore Stadium, wherever it's called. We can't beat them. Every time I go there, we lose. It's weird. 5 years in a row, I think we play. Not like in a row, but playing at their place. I think the last time we beat Vandy at Vandy.
Every other year?
Yeah, the last time we beat Vandy at Vandy was a Jeff Scott run.
I was in 8th grade, I think.
9th grade.
Really?
Yeah, because I went to guitar class and because I fell asleep because I had to go to bed.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to watch the ending of that game, but I heard about it when I went to guitar class because I thought we lost. Mm. Then my friend's like, no, Jeff Scott ran. I was like, what? But yeah.
So would you, if those are the 2 extra conference games for you, Tennessee and Kentucky, you're okay with that?
I like Tennessee. Tennessee, I think, is an even matchup. Kentucky, I think, is an even matchup. I would rather have like Carolina or Georgia because Georgia, Dawson, our friend, is a Georgia fan. But
as Ole Miss, it helps you because those are 2 you could say winnable games. Like,
I know
Georgia's not really.
I think we could take them, but I think we'll lose. I think we'll take them. I think we'll lose. Though.
I got you.
It'd be a multiple touchdown lead, like 14 points, but I think we would. take them.
The Bama schedule for me, most people are like, oh, it's a gauntlet schedule. You got to play Georgia, Florida, all the. I personally love it. When it used to be with Bama having to play their big non-conference like 2 years ago was Louisville. Like that was their big non-conference game, or Duke, exactly. Yeah. And then you play smaller schools, the Arkansas States, the Southern Misses, Citadel. All that. The Citadel. What a game that was. And now you're telling me that we get to go from that to playing Georgia, Florida, Tennessee. I mean, the worst one on our schedule is Vandy, which is still not a good get, but at least it's in conference. I love the schedule. I
honestly, if they would have, here's my only take on it, like bad take on it.
Yeah.
I mean, one, it starts later, which pisses me off, but as long as we have it, I'm cool with it. But just make it 12 games and just add 2 more SEC games. Make it a normal length schedule.
I think now they're just trying, again, it's the same thing we talked about when they got rid of, like the ACC got rid of non-conference altogether.
Yeah.
It's the flexibility thing.
I know.
Is where they'll be able to postpone if a team gets, like, say, for example, the Kentucky football team gets COVID and they got to move back. They could. That's the only way I could see it.
But then the whole season after that is screwed up because then 2 weeks, that's 2 games.
Yeah. I don't know.
And everybody else's schedule's fucked up.
That's true. We still got to wait and see what the actual schedule is. They haven't released that yet. We just know that it starts on the 26th of September. So we're still 2 months away.
God.
Yeah, I know. But hey, if it's 2 months away and we open up with Georgia, Alabama at least that is.
Yeah. I mean, I think they deleted the schedule. Because I checked almost the schedule, and it's no longer. It says TBA, TBA.
Well,
TBA.
I would still think, realistically, Alabama, Georgia would probably be the opener, which if that happens and then COVID shuts it all down, I still got that game. Yeah. I know that's a selfish thing to say.
Hey, we open up to LSU if that sticks.
Ooh, that'd be... that'd be interesting.
I'd take it. I think we could beat them.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, they lost a lot of freaking people.
Jamar Chase, baby.
That's one guy.
Derek Stingley.
Another guy. I'm just saying they lost, like, who was that safety? Del Pitt, Burrow, Justin Jefferson, then Elaire.
That's true.
They lost a lot, but I think Bama Georgia is going to be like the #1 opening day.
Oh, for sure. Hopefully it is, and when it happens, we'll probably have a preview and a reaction once it happens on future podcasts. But it's nice that we know, like I said, September 26th it starts. SEC Championship now is December 19th.
Do they do bowl games, like in conference bowl games? I hope so.
In conference bowl games?
Yeah, like Ole Miss plays Carolina, Missouri. Bama gets, I don't know, some other conference game like Georgia or Auburn.
I don't know if they're doing that. I just know it's going to be the regular SEC championship.
I know, but I don't know. We finally get a new coach and we can't get to a bowl game. I mean,
you might get to a bowl game. Who knows?
I know, but they're probably not going to do bowl games.
We haven't hit that. We haven't hit that yet.
I'm just happy we're actually. It's positive that we're having football.
We still have good news.
Yeah, because like a few weeks ago we were saying it's not going to happen.
Exactly. I honestly didn't think the NFL was going to happen a few weeks ago. Now they finally got everybody except Vic Beasley, but that's another story. He's reporting to camp and things are getting rolling.
Let that out.
It's just.
First, explain.
Okay, so Titans fans, you've heard the news, obviously. National media probably not because they've been kind of keeping it quiet. One of the biggest free agent signings that the Titans had this offseason was Vic Beasley, the former Falcons pass rusher, who Super Bowl year had like 16 sacks. He had 8 sacks last year.
All right, it's fairly good.
That's good for the Titans considering all we have is Landry. We need that other guy because I feel like if we have an elite pass rusher, that's the next step for defense and the team. So, obviously, players started reporting earlier this week. I want to say it's Tuesday. Every player showed up except for Vic Beasley. And he didn't contact the team. He didn't tell anybody where he is. No one knows where he is. Now, later in the week, it came out, he's going to report to camp eventually. But it's still not a good start. Yeah, new team. You're on a 1-year deal, and you don't show up. And there's been talk I've seen from Falcons reporters and writers that he doesn't have the heart for the game, that he's not a football guy, which concerns me.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have your heart in the game. I mean, that's the most basic understanding of it, but it does make sense.
But I personally, when I first heard it, I thought he was going to go ahead and opt out because you have that option. Some players have opt out. Our boy Playoff Damien opt out.
Brandon
Bolden opt out. Dante Hightower, Roll Tide, he opt out. So Patriots had a lot of guys opt out.
Yeah. But
So-
they can take an off year.
Well, if they take an off year, they can tank and get Trevor Lawrence,
That's
and
what I
then we
was just
start this
thinking.
all up again.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
So
Maybe it's a good thing.
Maybe.
But what's your personal outlook on Vic Beasley's situation?
I guess he's gonna show up. I don't know, but it doesn't. He's not off. It's not how you want to start out coming to a new team.
Yeah.
Now, if he opted out or he didn't show up, whatever, we don't know. There might be something wrong with him, like seriously.
Like CTE or just
No, not CTE, but like I mean, he
you
might have
pointed
got.
to-
I know he might have gotten like really sick, or a family member died, or he's suicidal. Who knows?
Yeah.
When you're not in contact with somebody and they're supposed to report to work, it can all kinds of things show up in your head.
Yeah.
So hopefully, first off, I hope he's okay.
That's the number one thing.
Exactly. But if he shows up, he needs to show up because I mean, you signed the contract, or go ahead and opt out so we can make other moves. I mean, we've been in the running for Clowney.
Yeah.
So if he opts out, that means all right, we got more money to bring in Clowney. So,
I mean, who would you rather have, Clowney or Vic Beasley? That's the
probably
thing.
Clowney, because
Yeah.
I at least know Beasley, the way it's showing, he doesn't seem to have the heart for the game.
But at least he's there. I mean, like if you sell out for Clowney, you don't get him.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to get over there and let's start getting balling, because he's going to have a longer. It's going to take him with all the COVID stuff that they're doing. It takes them 2 weeks before they get on the field anyway,
Yeah.
because they got to test them, and then they're going to do some like walkthroughs and then do more testing, and they can't have their first padded whatever for 2 weeks. He's pushing on, so he's going to be a few days late once they get back on the field, and it's kind of ridiculous.
I don't know. I hope he plays.
I do too.
I hope he plays. But speaking of NFL, kind of switching gears, we
Okay.
were just talking about this on the car ride over here.
We
Rookie-
can go. We do the rookie thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
I'm
what were
sorry.
you about to say?
I'm just saying we can do a whole little preview. We can talk sleeper teams. We can talk rookies. We can do all of that. I'm sorry for interrupting. But
Very good. That's that was good. A ground base going.
absolutely.
So we know football's at least going to try to come back, and it's looking like it's 80%, 70% there. Who do you think is going to be your projections overall?
Okay.
Not even just Burrow, Tua, and Herbert.
Okay.
You know, because it's probably going to be Burrow or Tua. No offense to Herbert.
Well, I
Even
don't
though
think
that was my pick for the best quarterback out of the three, in my opinion. Even though
Herbert.
out of the draft, you remember I was high on Herbert,
You're true.
but I was now thinking it's Tua after watching this tape. And I mean, we went against him for 3 years,
Yep.
and he kicked the fucking shit out of us every 3 years, all 3 years. But Tua's my pick now, but back in the draft it was Herbert. But that's a different story.
Yeah.
I still think Herbert's gonna be good. Anyway, okay. Overall,
that question out.
I thought I lost where I was for a second. Overall, Herbert. I mean, what the fuck am I saying? Hold on, I lost my train of
You're
thought.
at the question.
I gotta get overall rookie of the year, MVP, player of the just overall rookie of the year. Who do you think
Rookie of the year. See, I got to remember the draft. The draft feels like ages ago.
It's been a long year.
It's been a very long year.
You want to start out with MVP or just work our way up?
Overall MVP?
Yeah, like NFL MVP.
I don't know how you can go against Mahomes.
That's the safe answer.
I know it's the safe answer. Mahomes, or if I'm giving out a, and this is still a basic answer, Russell Wilson.
It's a good answer.
Just because he's been consistent this whole time, and you know, I think DK will probably make that next step. He's got the flex on him with that. You got DK, you got Lockett. Their tight ends are coming back. Disley was out for half of last year. He's
My
going to be
boy.
back. Whoever Hollister, I think was his backup. He'll be back.
Yeah.
Their running
Carson.
backs will be healthy.
Isn't Carson still there?
Yeah, Carson's still there. He
Okay.
got hurt. Penny got hurt. He's got the tools to where if they can win, which I think they will, he can be the MVP.
Yeah.
But I mean, the sexy picks is obviously Mahomes and Lamar.
I mean, they're the big names right now. I got a bold pick.
All right.
Breeze has never won one,
Ooh.
and he's coming back for maybe his last year. Maybe this is the year he gets it. Maybe that's my lead guy. My underdog, dark horse, no one's talking about. I mean, talking about, but you don't think of this position unless it's... Okay, I don't know what I'm saying, but Christian McCaffrey. I'm just saying.
They got to win, though.
I know, but like, it's like Michael Thomas, Aaron Donald, McCaffrey. They're always like, hey, these guys are like,
Yeah, they're the ones that went Offensive Player of the Year.
I know, but like, they're like, Aaron Donald a few years ago was the non-quarterback going for the MVP. McCaffrey, Michael Thomas this year were like, hey, these guys could be MVP. You know what I mean? There's
No, I
always
get that, but
one
they also,
non-quarterback.
like I said, they end up. The MVP always goes to a quarterback unless it's a rare occasion.
It was the last guy to not win it that wasn't a quarterback. To win it, that wasn't a quarterback.
Adrian Peterson.
Yep.
I see. What's up?
Yeah, that was 8 years ago.
Rushed for 2,000
Yeah.
yards.
So like it's mainly a quarterback position.
Agree,
but-
and they give the non-quarterback, they give him the offensive player of the year.
Yeah, and I think this year my real prediction, Drew Brees. The guy is the most underrated, underappreciated, I should say, quarterback of all time. He didn't even make the top 100 for all time.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous.
John Elway. I mean, dude, Brees smokes
Easy,
fucking
easy,
John
easy
Elway
on
out
John
of the fucking
Elway.
park.
John
He's
Elway
the
went to
old-
like 5 Super Bowls.
And yeah, and he got blown the fuck out by
He's
an
still got 2
3.
rings. Breed's only been to 1.
And he won it at the Saints. The Saints are the freaking
It's
Aints.
not like the Broncos at the time were like, he made the Broncos what they are now.
Granted, but he also got fucking destroyed. They were the Bills before they won the 2.
Well, there was also that stretch where the NFC just kicked everybody's ass for like 15 years.
Well, the NFC is more superior. I mean,
Agreed.
besides the Patriots, you got the obviously.
Well, now, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about back then. It was like the Bears kicked the Patriots ass, 49ers kicked ass,
Cowboys.
Cowboys, Redskins were in there kicking ass.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that stretch.
I mean, you had Oakland on the AFC, but that's the only dynasty I could see from the AFC. Besides the Patriots, that's the, then you got the Packers in the NFC, but the NFC is far superior. But here's getting back on track.
Yeah, exactly.
we go on
went
a lot
down.
of tangents on
That's
here.
okay.
But Breeze has never won an MVP because he's played in the league with Manning, Brady, Aaron Rodgers. He's always.
And
For
that's why
some
he's not
reason.
going to win it this year because he's up there with Mahomes
I
and
know,
Jackson and Wilson.
He's
I'm
the
just-
all-time passing leader. He's got a ring. He's passing leader in both touchdowns and yards. He's gonna get 80,000 yards passing this year if he stays healthy.
I'm just saying he's going to have to do something special.
But here's a guy that
He
has.
can't just have the same season he had last year. He's not going to win MVP. That's
I
just
know, but he's. I'm sorry for interrupting you again.
No,
but
you're fine.
He leads. I think he has the record for most 5,000 yard seasons in a career.
That's got nothing to do with winning an MVP. It's individual season.
Yeah, and he's been giving the Saints he was. I mean, granted he lost them, but one of them he should have gone. He's been a game away from the Super Bowl a lot. One of them he was robbed. The other one was a miracle. I mean, that one was the division championship, but he's been there a lot. If you think about it, he's just getting fucked. And then this year he lost fair and square. But the no call in the championship, he should have gone. They should have won that game. He should have been the championship, the Super Bowl. The division championship was the Miami Miracle. He drove them down the field and won the game. Got them the field goal.
Minneapolis Miracle.
What'd I say?
Miami.
My bad. Minneapolis
You're good.
Miracle. We were just talking about the Miami
No,
Miracle.
I get it.
The Minneapolis Miracle, that wasn't his fault. 2 of the times he could have gone, had a chance. One of them he should have gone, no matter
What's that got
what.
to do with MVP?
He had. Okay, you're just talking.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Yeah, you're talking about a guy that's the all-time passing leader. He didn't make the NFL all-time list.
That's BS. I agree.
But he's always getting overlooked for MVP.
And
Granted,
that's why he won't win the MVP is because he's overlooked. People
which
are
is sad.
There was that stretch where he was a new thing and, sexy, but like you said, he's getting overlooked by Manning and Brady and Rodgers and whatnot. Now he's the old guy in the room where there's that. NFL's in a spot where they want the new age. They're looking for the new guys, the Mahomes and Lamar to be the faces of the league, the Saquons,
Yeah.
the McCaffreys, the Henrys.
I'm just saying, if he throws for 4,000 yards and 30 to 40 touchdowns and he keeps the interceptions low, give it to him. Because he deserves it. He's broken the record for most 5,000 yard passing yards. And usually if Manning throws for 5,000 yards
Yeah.
and 40 to 30 touchdowns, he gets the ring. He
That's
gets
true.
the MVP. Because
Well, it's also Peyton Manning. They put him marketing-wise on a different scale than Drew Brees.
know.
Unfairly so, but that's just how it is.
And
That's
he
the
earned
nature
it.
of the beast.
Yeah, and he earned it. Manning's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So is Breeze.
Yeah.
But Manning before 2006 never won the ring, and I think he got a few MVPs before that. I believe in
Yeah, 'cause
2004.
2004, he's at the record for
Yeah.
most passing touchdowns in a season.
Yeah, and guess what? Breeze threw for the most yards in a single season, 2011, 2012, somewhere around there,
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
and he didn't get the MVP. But Manning, he didn't go to the ring. He didn't get the ring either. But Manning did, and he didn't get a ring. He was known for choking, and he
Well,
got the
I mean,
MVP.
it's always once you get that big name and you're in the market, they overlook. I mean, McNair should have won the MVP in 03 outright.
Yeah.
And he didn't. It was co-shared with Peyton Manning. So I understand where you're coming from. It depends also on the market you're in.
And it's not like Indianapolis was a huge market.
It's not, but Peyton Manning was one of those. How do I say this? I know you're laughing because of. I mean, he's just one of those big marketing guys. He's more marketable than Drew Brees.
Yeah, but
And it shouldn't be that way, but that's just how it is. Same way Manning was more marketable than Steve McNair.
and it's sad. It shouldn't be like that because
No.
Brees has had individual stats and win records should have gotten him the MVP, but it's like, nah, Manning is
Yeah.
Manning, Brady's Brady, Rodgers is Rodgers.
Now Mahomes is Mahomes.
Yeah, and he's earned that right. But,
Agreed so.
but I just think Brees is going to be the MVP. That was a long tangent.
It was a very long on who
But-
would be the MVP. And I was looking while you said that at the rookie, the draft guys. And
So sorry, Brees, and you say Mahomes,
I'll say Wilson.
Wilson. Okay,
I'll go Wilson. Looking at the rookies that were drafted, defensively to me, it's easy.
Chase Young.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah,
Dude's a only guy that I would like watch out for is Isaiah Simmons.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I just Chase Young is the gold jacket out of the group.
I think so too.
That guy's a monster.
Next Joey Bosa, next Nick Bosa, that next elite
Out of Ohio
pass
State.
rusher. Well, I
That's
guess
just a
you could say
coincidence.
that, but the next great defensive end.
No, yeah, for sure.
Looking at the off, watch out for Damon Arnett, man. That was my guy. I wanted the Titans to take him in like the second. Oh yeah, I was pissed off. I wanted the Titans to take him in the second round, and he went like 13th overall. I lost my mind.
Yeah, you were not happy. My dad even commented on that.
Yeah, I was pissed, but that's all right. We ended up Christian Fulton in the second round, Isaiah Wilson. Everything worked out. Looking at this list though, offensive rookie of the year. Burrow just intrigues me because I feel like they were better quarterback play a year from winning last year to winning more games.
Yeah, it's like the Kyler Murray effect. Kyler Murray. My bad.
Yeah, like last year. Well, even they went
7-9, 6-10, but that's still like from being the first overall pick.
That's true. I think they'll definitely have that jump just because Joe Burrow's the most pro ready out of all the quarterbacks anyway. We know
Yeah,
that.
his pocket presence is insane.
So I think Joe probably will win it. If there's a guy that I'm looking at like curveball wise, look through this list.
It's a hard thing because I'm trying to remember the draft too.
Yeah, you can look at this too.
So the draft was, I mainly remember just because of the Roger Goodell in his room. It's mainly what in that long pause.
I guess Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
All right, that's your sleeper pick.
And it's not really a sleeper pick, but it's just Williams is gone now in Kansas City because he opted out. Hilaire seems like that guy that'd be the perfect fit for that offense because he's so versatile. Mahomes will love him.
All right.
Ruggs also intrigues me a little bit out of all the receivers.
I just saw him. I just saw that name. My real pick, my gut feeling, I'm not going to go Burrow. I'm going to go Tua.
Really?
Yeah, because you said, Burrow was probably built more for success because you did say they do have a lot of underrated talent over there, like in Green and Tate and
Green,
Mixon.
Tate, they got Jonah Williams back on the O-line.
Mixon's back there.
Miami just isn't there yet.
But I feel like, I don't know, just Tua has that it factor, man. Let me look at here. DeAndre Swift is interesting.
That reminds me of another guy.
Who?
As much as I kind of hate where he ended up, Jonathan Taylor in Indy is a great mix just because they already have one of the best offensive lines in the game. And now they got Jonathan Taylor, who was the leading rusher last year, I think.
In college football?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he led the conference in every.
The Colts want to run the ball. That's the perfect fit.
Yeah, that's a good
Now
point.
it's tough because they got Marlon Mack, they got your boy Jordan Wilkins, that Naeem Himes dude that they can put out wide.
He's a threat.
So they have a running back by committee. It seems like, but Taylor's a great fit.
I got my underrated pick.
All right.
Okay, this team just traded their number one running back, right? Cam Akers.
Ooh.
They just traded.
Remember that name in fantasy.
They just traded Todd Gurley to the Falcons, which I always forget about. It's weird because I saw that commercial when he was, can I play? And he was
the
wearing
baseball.
the Falcons thing. I was like, oh, whoa, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But Cam Akers, he's a monster. Out of Clayton,
I
Mississippi.
wanted him in the draft. We got Darrington Evans, which I think, it's fine, but I really wanted Cam Akers.
Yeah, he was supposed to be an Ole Miss guy. He was from Clinton, Mississippi. We were down in his top 3, but he chose Florida State. But I think Cam Akers is going to be the offensive rookie this year.
Interesting.
And realistically Tua, but
It's a good fit, though, with Sean McVay.
Yeah, plus they lost their number 1 back, so
That's true.
he's coming in the right spot.
Did you see the NFL news that came out today? It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's football. It's more announcing related.
Nah, I've kind of maybe.
So Monday Night Football announced what their booth is going to be.
I haven't heard this then.
Okay, so this is going to be the main booth throughout. Now, the main booth doesn't matter, but I thought it was interesting. The first game of the year is Giants and Steelers.
Interesting.
That game's going to be called by Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit.
Ah, why?
They ran out of options. Now the Titans-Broncos game is called by Steve Levy, Louis Riddick, and Brian Greasy.
Okay, I know the names. I don't know.
See, that's why I kind of like.
Yeah.
But I saw. Now they said those guys are going to be the rest of the season, but I thought it was interesting that they're having Herbstreit and Fowler
That's
calling NFL games.
I usually associate that with like Saturday Night Football,
Well, and I think it's
college football.
I think it's probably because too they're going to start late, so they'll have. I don't want to say a warm-up game, but essentially that'll be what it is. So, But I just found that interesting news that Fowler and Herbstreit are going to be calling an NFL game.
Kind of like that. It's a switch of pace.
It's okay.
Even though that reminds me of like big time college, though.
Exactly. But with that, this is obviously a weird year for Monday Night Football. Who would you think would be perfect to be? Because Monday Night Football used to be big.
The game.
Like now it's Sunday Night Football, obviously, but Monday Night Football used to be a really big deal. Like you ask our parents.
That's all
Night
they
Football.
had, right?
Well, it was the only primetime thing. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it used to be like the most watched TV thing ever.
Yeah.
It's obviously died down a bit. Who do you think would be the perfect announcing group for Monday Night Football?
I mean, it's already Sunday Night Football. I always liked Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth.
Yeah.
I do like that combo because that reminds me of football, even though that's, I think, Sunday night.
Yeah.
But I always like that combo.
I was just saying that because Monday Night Football, they said that the group they have this year is just a one-year thing, and next year they're going to
Pick back up with
exactly.
Berger McFarland and Joe Tessitore.
No, Booger's done.
Thank God. No offense, Berger, but goddamn.
I love the favorite quote is Seattle and Minnesota are playing in Minnesota or Seattle. I can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, no, I know what it was. The Vikings got like a crazy pick 6, and Berger McFarland's like, it's nice that the Vikings finally have something that goes their way for once. The Minneapolis Miracle. And it's like, dude, you got it twisted.
Yeah, I love the Booger meme when Luke Kuechly retired, and some dude commented, "Here's the thing, this means this guy's retiring or something like that." He was like, "I want to thank everybody. I'm retiring. It's been a great year or great career." And then the guy posted a picture of Berger McFarland. Was like, "This means this guy's retiring. Like
he's done playing football.
Yeah, he's done playing. Who's
football. Worse, Booger or Witten?
Oh, Witten. At least Booger at least kind of had an idea of what he was doing.
Witten just was not
too close to the freaking like Joe Tessitore.
He would mess up like sayings too.
Yeah. And I think I kind of know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember it at the top of my head, but he messed up like an easy quote, and it's like, come on, dude.
I just remember he never looked at the camera. He looked straight at
Joe Tessitore's eye.
He's like, dude, look at the camera. Make it feel like we're here with you.
Exactly.
Don't look just straight at Joe, because Joe was like, God, dude, stop staring at me. You're way too fucking close.
I thought Joe Tessitore was all right.
No, he has a good voice. He
reminds me more of a college guy, though.
Yeah, I could see that. But
he's better than that Sean McDonough dude that was on there with Gruden.
I kind of know.
The all-time Lady Chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. What was I going to say? It's Joe, I think, always is too hyped over stuff. Like, you remember when Mahomes had that real breakout game where he threw the ball? I think it was
left-handed pass.
Yeah. Bronco. He's like, "Did you just say?"
It's like, all right, settle down.
Yeah, it's like, dude, Bill Burr's like, Favre was doing that in the freaking 90s and stuff. It's like, oh my God. It was like a 5-yard pass. I could do that if I was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get back to my question, though. The one guy I'd love to see in the Monday Night Football booth, Peyton Manning. Him as an analyst. Yeah. And they tried to get him, but
I don't think he wants to.
I don't think he wants to either. But if he did it, oh my God. Because they tried to get him and Al Michaels as the group.
Shit.
That would have been crazy.
That's pretty good.
I know. See, I don't know who the other announcing guy, because Al Michaels has got it perfect.
Romo.
But I mean, no, that's like the announcer.
Are you talking about the
announcer
the color,
itself?
not the play
color
by play?
commentator would be Peyton.
Yeah, play by play. I've always liked not the. I always forget the Brent Musburger, the perv. Is that the perv? I always liked his voice.
Yeah, but I also associate him with college.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. There's Joe Buck and Al Michaels. That's all I can really
It's
think.
weird.
Yeah.
It's Jim Nance.
Jim Nance, yeah, okay, I forgot about him. But then again, that's 3 people. I mean, they only have Thursday night, Sunday night, and
I don't even know. Yeah, Thursday night, Joe Buck, I think, calls
Monday
it.
night. Yeah.
It's weird.
They only have real 3. They don't need that many because they only have 3 real primetime games.
That's true.
Sunday, Monday,
But they got to
Thursday.
find that one. You can't have Joe Tessitore, Sean McDonough, all due respect. Those aren't the voices. You're comparing those guys to Al Michaels and Joe Buck. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
I mean, I don't know. They're just voices. I have my top GOAT tiers of voices. It's Al Michaels and Vern Lundquist because that just
Vern Lundquist.
reminds me of
Absolutely.
football.
All right, Mount Rushmore football voices. Spur of the moment.
Vern Lundquist because that just reminds me.
That's your first pick?
Yeah, every time I hear his voice, it reminds me of college football.
See, so we're doing football voices. If it's voices all the...
Oh, you can do voices all
Oh, no. Gus Johnson.
Is that he's got them running away from cop
Yeah,
speed?
you see him calling Big Ten, and I hate that he doesn't call any SEC games, or he used to call NFL games, but I wish him and the SEC, like every catch, you got barbecue back there?
Hurt my feelings.
Yeah, Gus Johnson, amazing
Okay.
voice for football.
Another basic answer. I like Kirk Herbstreit, even though he pisses me off. It just reminds me of, I like college football. Like, it reminds me of college football.
No,
whenever
I
hear
get that. I love Kevin Harlan.
Yeah,
I know I
Good
mentioned
voice.
that
That's a
earlier.
good one.
That dude, he's got such a great... He can call anything.
All right, that's my third, honestly, because it reminds me of
No.
playoff time.
You gotta
All
make a different one.
It's
No,
my
no, no,
honorable
no, no.
mention then. It's my honorable mention because that reminds me of football. Every time it reminds me of that cold, rainy feeling, muggy
Yeah.
day. And you're like, all right, time to play some football.
Exactly.
But Brad Nessler. I mean,
Oh, damn. That's
that
it.
voice always reminds me of freaking Georgia's 73 with Auburn in the fourth quarter. It reminds me of that.
SEC on CBS at like 5:30. It's pitch
Yeah.
black outside already. You're kind of tired.
Yeah. Another 2-yard run.
DeAndre Swift. Who's my football voices?
I could say Chris Collinsworth, but that's not a good one for me.
No, that's not a...
Oh, crap. It's a video game one, but it does remind me of football. I got to remember his name.
Charles Davis?
No, it was fuck that guy.
You can go ahead and make your pick because I'm running out of...
It was 2K4 or 2K5, ESPN 2K5. It was those commentators.
Yeah.
I forgot their names though, but they remind me of football as a kid because it was Peter O'Keefe, and for my partners, Peter O'Keefe, I am Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next
Yeah.
time. That reminds me of football. Those two voices, Dan O'Keefe and Peter. I just said it. Fuck.
Yeah. This is a homer answer, but my third one's Mike Keith.
Okay.
I love... There's nothing like him. Him and Coach Matt calling games are just awesome. Him getting hyped up over a sack, It's
Yeah.
fantastic. That's my third pick.
I can go David Kellum too for Ole Miss.
I didn't know his name.
Yeah, touchdown.
Yeah, no,
Ole
I
Miss.
know the voice, but and Eli Gold's for Alabama. He's some old dude, but he's been there since like the 80s. Last one. Gary Danielson.
Gary Danielson.
As much as I hate him, he's been there through thick and thin.
As soon as you said it, it reminded me of 2:30 CBS.
That's gonna suck. He only got like a year or two left of that.
Wow.
The contract's going up. That's gonna go to ABC.
It doesn't have the same ring.
No,
2:30
not at all.
ABC. 2:30 CBS.
No, I
is
don't even think it'll be
football.
2:30 ABC. I think it'll be just 7 o'clock ABC. It'll be that game.
Oh well.
Because I don't know who bought it out yet, but CBS is not going to keep it, which sucks because it's had it since like the early 90s.
Yeah, I mean that's football. It's the basically not the primetime game of football, but
But
for
I mean,
SEC.
that's the game for SEC.
yeah. It's the game of the week.
That's going to be, we got 2 more years left, I think, of it. So,
Take those 2 years in.
exactly.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's this
I
episode.
think
We
that's this
good?
episode. Yeah, it's about 43 minutes.
All right, that'll work.
So, yeah, thanks for checking us out.
Yeah, appreciate it. Go to the Completely Biased YouTube channel. Please avoid if you're watching this on the Zach Crutcher YouTube channel, please go to the Completely Biased YouTube channel and subscribe.
Yeah, because we're trying to build that one up.
Exactly.
But hey, thanks for checking out regardless.
Oh, yeah, we appreciate you.
Go ahead and check out the Criticals.
Comment on what... Yes, check out the Criticals, my bad.
Yeah, they're the theme song and the outro song.
New music video coming out on Tuesday.
Yeah, for the song we used in the intro.
Exactly. So, comment on stuff that you want us to talk about. We're open to suggestions. Get us fighting. Get us some debates going. Appreciate you guys checking us out.
All right, see you, Zach.
See you, Brandon.